ready for the season finale of Savor the City on TV1. Chef Jernard Wells here to chat all about it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
We got to see a bunch of amazing places from Napa Valley to Nashville to Martha's Vineyard to Miami. Tell us a little bit about what the series so that people can catch up before the finale.
Yeah, so Savor the City, as I say, it's my love letter to the people, to the culture, to food, in history, because it's so important, not just knowing where we came from, but knowing where we're going, and knowing all the amazing things that we're doing out here in the world. And that's my biggest goal is shining a light on some of the best food around the world, some of the best history, how we like to enjoy our stuff, but more importantly, travel. Look, we know the world is open back up. It's been open for a few years now. So I say, let's get back out there and start back exploring all the amazing things that we have been missing out on.
Oh, exactly, too. And I think once you experience someone's music, someone's food, someone's culture, we realize we're more similar than we are different.
Yes, look, food is always that common denominator that connects everything. And that's one of the things with Savor the City is showing how the strand and the fabric of the plate ties us in culturally, ties us in historically, and everything evolves around food. As I always tell people, it's hard to eat and frown. So if you ever want to share some great stories, do it around food, because I'm telling you, it keeps the attention.
Yeah, I mean, because you were here in 2021. That was the last time that we had a chance to talk when you were here for Chicago Gourmet. So obviously, for season 2, we need you back here in Chicago. Hopefully, that we can make that happen. But let's talk a little bit about visiting these cities and visiting these cultural landmarks and these museums and just the people and just how each different is very different, but also very similar.
Which is so true, and also to touch on what you said now. Although I have this heavy Southern accent, I'm an actual Chicago native. That's where I was born and raised before moving to the South. So Chicago is always my first love, and I will be back at Chicago Gourmet this year. So look forward to me, Chef Art Smith, and Lorena Garcia. We're taking over the rooftop doing the Sunday brunch, so it's going to be phenomenal. But that's just one of the things. Chicago, it has a special place in my heart when it comes to food. So as we can keep going on this journey, because a lot of people always say, where are you going to next? I always say, wherever my people are. My people is everywhere. So you're going to see me in Chicago highlighting some of the best restaurants, shine the light on the history. But some of the places, we've been to, DC, the Bahamas, Miami, Martha's Vineyard, Napa Valley, all these places, and each one tells a story through their food, through their journey, what it took to get here. And not only do I want to shine a light on all these amazing places, but what I'm really hoping as well is to inspire others to get out here and do something great in this country, do something, because our ancestors were doing amazing things. So now it's our time to take the charge and run with it and keep doing great things, because we've been doing it the whole time. I just want to shine a bigger magnifying glass on it.
Yeah, you definitely are. And then, final thing here, since you mentioned, Chicago, I think one of the unique things that we have here, which when you talk to people who maybe don't grow up here or haven't visited here, is all the street festivals and the neighborhood festivals that we have. And everybody comes out. It doesn't matter, where where you currently live, but everybody's like, oh, there's a celebration here. We all go and we all celebrate each other's food, each other's culture. I mean, talk a little bit about that impact of, that experience here in Chicago and kind of bringing that to the show.
One of my biggest things, what I love about Chicago is the family outside of the food. I'd say Chicago has some of the best food in the world, because Chicago is a cultural melting pot of amazing food, and all of it comes together. And as we continue to blend and join friendships and connections, then our food the food takes on its own life form, where you may have some Southern cuisine blended with Caribbean, or Greek cuisine blended with Asian. It's all these amazing melting pots of cuisine that you can get in Chicago. It's something about the gyro. You know, some people in the South call it a gyro, some call it a gyro, but we know it's the gyro. It's something about it. It's something about a Maxwell Street Polar sausage that, look, whenever I hit the city limits, I can smell it in the air. And I think those things is what tells that story and that journey of the history of it. But we have some amazing brothers and sisters that are doing some great things in the city and beyond, because we know the reach of great food in Chicago, it spreads beyond just the city. It go out to the western suburbs, the northern suburbs. You can't just stop there when we're talking about good food. And that's what the journey is about with Savor the City. It's walking those pathways, but more importantly, showing the hospitality, because I think that's still important. Hospitality is the key in all these restaurants. Great service will keep people coming back all day, every day.
Wonderful. Well, Chef Jernard, thank you so much for your time today. June 19th is the season finale on TV1. Go ahead and catch it. Go ahead and stream the whole series, as well too. And we can't welcome you back home here in just a couple of months.
Yes, indeed. I will be there. Look, with Bells and Wilson's on, cooking up some great food, but more importantly, we're looking for some of the best restaurants to dine that's telling some amazing stories.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.